the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. How often at night when the heaven...
So howdy everybody, welcome back to my channel Book Time with Elvis with me, Mark. I hope very much you're all doing very well. You may have noticed I've not been around very much lately. I won't go into that now because I just want this to be an announcement for June on the Range, of which I'm lucky enough to be a co-host yet again this year, so that's really great. It's one of my favourite BookTube events. It is of course started by the wonderful Michael K. Vaughan, and it contains a plethora, posse of all sorts of wonderful and amazing other co-hosts, all of which will be listed down below. I will make a video later on this week, and I hope to be back this week as well for a Friday Live, where I can probably discuss more my absence in case you've been wondering where I am. So over to my pile of possibilities, as it were. I have two definite, or perhaps three definite reads for this month of June on the Range, and you'll understand why when you see that they're quite big, some of them. So one is Finally Time to Get Around to Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. It was kindly sent to me last year by a wonderful subscriber, and I promised I would get to it the next June on the Range, which is next month. So I'm really looking forward to that. I have read Dead Man's Walk. I haven't read the second book, I think, unless this is the second book, or is it the third book? I don't know. But I understand it doesn't really matter if you don't read them all in order, so that's fine. And everyone says this is the best by far anyway, so really looking forward to that, but it is massive. And the other that I will be reading, and I'll be reading it with Ollie from Criminoli and Alan from Big Hard Books and Classics, and we all three of us have different editions of this book, and that's the complete Western stories of Elmore Leonard. I've read a couple of them. I've read all the short stories that were in the collection that contains 310 to Yuma, which I really enjoyed, and I read a couple of his novels as well, such as Valdez is Coming last year, and I'm going to, as I say, read this, and it contains 30 odd stories, and I found him very enjoyable, so I'm very much looking forward to reading that, and also reading it with those two gentlemen as well. And then probably I would like to get to another Elmore Leonard novel, which is the novel, or novella, I mean it's very, very short, Hombre. So that looks like fun. John Russell has been raised as an Apache. Now he's on his way to live as a white man. But when the stagecoach passengers learn who he is, they want nothing to do with him. That is until outlaws ride down on them. And they must rely on Russell's guns and his ability to lead them out of the desert. He can't ride with them, but they must walk with him or die. So yeah, there we go. That sounds awesome. And then the rest are short stories. And I'm not going to read all of them. I'm just going to delve in and read what I can. And I've got three collections of the Louis L'Amour collected short stories. There are 7 volumes in total. I've got 3 of them in physical copy, as you see here. And each one contains about 25, 30 short stories, maybe, something like that. So that's pretty cool. But I do have the full 7 volumes on ebook. So, you know, just think if I do end up with a load of time on my hands, then I won't go hungry. And the other one I've got here is also short stories, which is a collection of westerns, the Mammoth Book of Westerns, featuring stories by Larry McMurtry, Frederick Remington, Mary Sandos, Christopher Tillman, Mark Twain, and many more. Yeah, there's quite a lot in here as well. Bret Hart's in there, O. Henry's in there, Willa Cather's in there, Jack London, Hamlin Garland, Max Brand, Zane Grey. I'm just seeing if there are any other names that jump out at me. Elmer Kelton, and that's it. But that looks pretty cool too. So there's quite a lot to be going on, and I'm not exclusively doing westerns in June. I do have a couple of buddy reads that I'll be doing, so that's why my TBR or pile of possibilities isn't particularly massive. And although I've shown a few books, as I said, most of those are short stories, and with the exception of the Elmore Leonard one, which I plan to read in full, the others I will just kind of dip in and out of as the mood takes me. But I hope very much that you'll be considering the idea of joining June on the Range. It is a wonderful event, and I know a lot of people might say that westerns are not for them. I certainly didn't think they were for me either until I joined the event last year, and I had a blast. I really enjoyed them, and I will probably make a video if I can, perhaps over the weekend, giving you some recommendations of what I read last year, and pointing you in the direction of some really wonderful books, I think. So there we go. Thanks ever so much for watching, and good to see you all again, and look forward to seeing you all again soon. Enjoy the rest of your day or night or whatever. Take care. Bye bye.
Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.